In our fast-paced lives, reheating leftovers is a daily habit for millions. We assume that thorough heating makes food safe again, but according to renowned physician, researcher, and author Dr. William Li, certain common foods undergo concerning transformations when reheated, especially after refrigeration. These changes can involve oxidation, formation of harmful compounds like nitrosamines or acrylamide, bacterial toxins, and protein degradation that may contribute to long-term health risks, including inflammation and potential cancer pathways. Dr. Li, known for his work in nutritional biochemistry, angiogenesis, and preventive oncology, as detailed in books like Eat to Beat Disease, emphasizes that food is powerful medicine, but how we store, handle, and reheat it matters. This isn't about scaring people away from leftovers entirely, but about smarter practices to minimize risks. Poor reheating habits are linked in broader dietary studies to modifiable cancer risks, with diet playing a role in roughly 1 in 6 cases globally. Here are the 4 foods Dr. Li and similar expert discussions highlight for extra caution, along with the science and practical alternatives. 1. Cooked rice. The bacterial toxin trap rice is a global staple consumed by billions, often reheated as leftovers. The primary issue isn't just the reheating, but what happens during cooling and storage. Bacillus cereus spores survive initial cooking and can multiply in cooked rice, left at room temperature, or improperly refrigerated. When reheated, the heat kills the bacteria, but not their heat-stable toxins like cereulide. These toxins can cause food poisoning, emetic or diarrheal syndromes, but repeated exposure raises deeper concerns. Lab studies link cereulide to mitochondrial dysfunction in cells, a factor in cellular stress that can precede malignant changes. Additionally, repeated high-heat exposure on starchy foods can increase acrylamide formation, a probable carcinogen per IARC classifications, through reactions between sugars and asparagine. Cook rice fresh when possible. If storing, cool it quickly on a shallow tray, refrigerate within 1 hour, and consume within 24 hours. Reheat only once, to steaming hot, internal temperature at least 165 degrees Celsius. Avoid multiple reheats or leaving it out. Better yet, eat leftovers cold in salads. This simple shift can reduce both immediate foodborne risks and cumulative exposure to problematic compounds. 2. Cooked chicken and poultry. Uneven heating and protein breakdown chicken is a lean protein favorite, but reheating leftovers poses challenges. Uneven microwave or stovetop heating can leave cold spots where bacteria like Salmonella or Clostridium survive. More importantly for long-term health, repeated heating promotes oxidation of fats and proteins, generating lipid peroxides and advanced glycation end products. AGEs drive chronic inflammation, a key promoter of cancer development. Reheating also breaks down proteins into compounds that may be harder to digest or more irritating over time. Studies on heterocyclic amines and other heat-induced mutagens show risks amplify with high temperature or repeated cooking of meats. Practical tips: reheat chicken gently and thoroughly. Use an oven at low temperature, around 300 degrees Fahrenheit, or stovetop with added moisture to ensure even heating. Consume within 1 to 2 days of cooking. Many experts recommend eating poultry leftovers cold in sandwiches or salads rather than reheating. Avoid microwaving large pieces without cutting them for even distribution. Rapid cooling, proper refrigeration, known than 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and not keeping leftovers beyond recommended times. 3. Spinach and nitrate-rich leafy greens. Nitrosamine formation. Leafy greens like spinach, Swiss chard, beets, and celery are nutritional powerhouses, full of vitamins, fiber, and cancer-fighting compounds. However, they are naturally high in nitrates. During refrigeration, bacteria can convert nitrates to nitrites. Reheating then facilitates further reactions into nitrosamines, compounds classified by WHO as probable or known carcinogens. This process is more pronounced in stored, reheated greens. While the absolute risk from occasional consumption is low compared to the benefits of eating greens, frequent reheating of large batches may tip the balance unfavorably, especially for vulnerable groups. Eat cooked spinach fresh or cold. in smoothies, salads. If reheating, do so minimally and only once, preferably by steaming lightly rather than high-heat microwaving. Consume nitrate-rich leftovers quickly, within a day. Fresh preparation is ideal for maximizing their anti-inflammatory and DNA protective benefits, which Dr. Lee often highlights in his food as medicine approach. 4. Eggs. Protein denaturation and oxidation. Eggs are versatile and nutrient-dense, but reheated hard-boiled, scrambled, or fried eggs can undergo significant changes. Repeated heating denatures proteins further, potentially forming compounds that are less bioavailable or more likely to trigger oxidative stress. Oxidized cholesterol in eggs exposed to air and heat is another concern, linked in some studies to arterial health impacts. While not as dramatic as rice or meats for bacterial risks, the cumulative effect of daily reheating in meal prep routines warrants caution, particularly for those focused on longevity. Better practices. Prepare eggs fresh daily when possible. Use leftovers cold, e.g. in egg salad, or reheat very gently, low oven or steam, to minimize further damage. Chronic low-level exposure to pro-inflammatory or DNA-damaging compounds from poor food handling adds to the hallmarks of cancer burden, such as genomic instability, inflammation, and disrupted cellular metabolism. His research underscores how everyday choices influence angiogenesis, blood vessel growth that tumors exploit, and the body's defense systems. These risks are amplified with age, frequent meal prepping, or microwave reliance, as uneven heating exacerbates issues. However, the message is empowering. Small changes yield big protective effects. Cool quickly. Divide leftovers into shallow containers. Refrigerate within 1 to 2 hours. Prefer oven or stovetop over microwave for evenness. Add moisture to prevent drying/oxidation. Most leftovers, 3 to 4 days max. Rice and proteins, ideally 24 to 48 hours. Portion smart, only reheat what you'll eat immediately. Embrace cold meals. Many foods taste great in salads, wraps, or bowls. Combining these with Dr. Lee's food as medicine philosophy, prioritizing whole plants, healthy proteins, and variety supports longevity. Foods like berries, cruciferous vegetables, green tea, and nuts actively combat disease processes. Beyond basic guidelines, integrating these reheating principles into a comprehensive kitchen strategy can dramatically amplify their protective effects against long-term health risks. Dr. William Lee often advocates for a holistic food as medicine framework where not only the selection of ingredients, but also their preparation, storage, and consumption methods serve as active interventions in cellular health. For instance, when preparing batch meals for the week, a common practice for busy families or seniors focused on convenience, one should prioritize foods with inherent stability. Vegetables like broccoli or carrots, which are lower in nitrates compared to spinach, can be blanched and stored more forgivingly, retaining more of their glucosinolates and antioxidant profiles even after gentle reheating. In contrast, for the 4 highlighted foods, adopting a cook-once, eat-fresh mindset where possible minimizes cumulative exposure to advanced glycation end products, AGEs, and lipid peroxidation byproducts. For rice, consider switching to quicker cooking varieties like basmati, or incorporating resistant starch benefits by cooling cooked rice fully before refrigeration. This actually increases beneficial prebiotic fibers that support gut microbiome health, countering some inflammatory pathways linked to cancer risk. Eggs can be incorporated into no-reheat dishes such as overnight oats with chopped hard-boiled versions, or cold egg salads dressed with anti-inflammatory olive oil and herbs rich in polyphenols. Leafy greens shine brightest when consumed raw or lightly wilted once, preserving their nitrate to nitric oxide conversion benefits for cardiovascular health without the reheating conversion to nitrosamines. Reheating isn't inherently evil, but ignoring food chemistry can quietly undermine health. By understanding mechanisms like oxidation, nitrosamine formation, and toxin survival, we make informed choices. This isn't fear-mongering. It's practical science for better aging and disease prevention. Start today, audit your fridge habits, experiment with fresh prep or cold leftovers, and consult a doctor or dietitian for personalized advice, especially with health conditions. Knowledge here is truly preventive power.